I won't lie, ever since Superman won the Guinness Book World of Records for lowest rated superhero game, I haven't even looked twice at another one since. So interestingly enough today, the ex-lead dev from Factor 5 popped up and talked about the previous Superman project that she was working on. And if you don't know who they are, well, you may remember Star Wars Episode 1, The Battle for Naboo, or the Rogue Squadron game. Anyway, it's a bit of a sad story because this game isn't actually going to come to light. When the big economy crash happened, the studio lost all of its funding, so they weren't able to proceed any further than a few tech demos. From what I've seen and what they hinted at, it actually sounded really cool, so they were focusing on what's known as Super Brawls. And if you don't know what that is, basically look it up because it's a Justice League mashup of all the best fights from the anime series. But in a nutshell, imagine big, open, urban areas and being able to smash your foes through buildings, throw objects, and just really up the scale of these huge Gigantor-style fights. Now, in terms of bad guys, there was no mention of Lex Luthor, but you did get to go up against Livewire. There was also mention of Darkseid. And in the tech demo, now I'm still not sure if this was fully rendered or just meant to showcase what you would do, but you did go up against Doomsday. Now, even though I'm not sure how on board I would be with a Superman kind of game, because the thing with like Spider-Man, you get that feeling of momentum, and I'm not sure you can kind of capture kind of the magic of like zooming through the air with the wind blowing through your hair if you're Superman. But hey, I don't know, maybe they could have pulled it off. But I digress. Looking at the actual tech demo, it's called Blue Steel if you want to look it up, and you'll probably see it floating around in the back as I yabber on. It looks really, really cool because you can zoom in and you land and then you see that there's Doomsday. And the idea was that you would have pressed R2 to be flying along, so you're hovering in the air, and then you press X to punch anything out the way or just punch in general. But my favourite bit was when he crashes into him and you grab hold and then you can use the other stick to kind of choose what position you want to drag the enemy along with. And those were the things I used to remember as a kid, kind of like there was always some scene where someone was being dragged through the dirt or concrete road and you was like, oh my god, it looks so painful. And I must say, for such an early version of the project, it really kind of captured that kind of gritty graveliness. You could almost hear the material flying past your face as you did it. And maybe that's what they're going for, just like this ultimate destructible scene and, you know, feeling of everything blowing up around you. And then to finish it off, which I thought was really cool, is when you throw him to the ground and then he lands in a bus, you can like heat beam him onto the ground and there are these big, huge explosions. And I thought, wow, yeah, it's like now I really get the sense of like being Superman. But alas, none of this is actually going to happen, so it would just be something we have to look back with fond memories on. This was meant to come out on the PlayStation 3 and the Wii and I think the Xbox 360, which is why I'm kind of speculating whether or not this was a in-game footage thing or just a rendering, because I don't remember the PlayStation looking that good. And funnily enough, on Reddit there have been some calls from Somniac and Rocksteady to give this a go. But if you want to know something really interesting, after the Arkham series finished, Rocksteady apparently wanted to go ahead and make a brand new Superman game. And because they got told no for that one is the reason why we're now getting a Suicide Squad game. But they were very, very far-reaching rumours and I don't think there was actually any substantiability to any of them. But interesting nonetheless. But anyway, rest in peace, Superman. Perhaps we'll see you somewhere in the near future. But until then, I hope you're all well, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll be back with more news soon.